Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for each life path number for the new moon that's occurring on December 1st, 2024. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general forecast. If you would like your own personal numerology reading or forecast, you can book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. I would love to work with you. This is a great time to get your year ahead forecast, your own personal year ahead forecast based on your own personal numerology for the entire year of 2025. And if you book at this time, then you'll get the rest of 2024 as well as 2025 in your report. So let's go ahead and take a look at this new moon. Okay, my beautiful 33/6s. You are going to be working with the vibration of the 36/9. This vibration can bring in a little bit of this feeling of a burden to be dealt with, or it can bring clarity around a burden that you've been carrying and how to work towards releasing that burden and sort of lightening the load. So this could either bring something in, and what I mean by it brings in a burden, this could be something where someone comes to you and needs your assistance and you're too afraid to say no, or you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to create that conflict. So, you say yes to this person and their request, knowing that it's going to add that burden, right? That you're going to have to carry that burden. You are committing to something or overcommitting yourself, and that overcommitment is creating the burden. Do you see what I'm saying? So it could be something, and I would say it's likely something where if this burden comes in, it's something that's preventable by your own actions, right? So in other words, someone comes to you, they say, I need X, Y, and Z. You check in with yourself and you think, you know what? I'm not capable of doing this right now. I don't have the resources. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the bandwidth to say yes to this. So you honor that and you say no, right? And then you bypass taking on that burden that you don't need to carry, right? So that's sort of what I'm talking about when I say this vibe can bring in some kind of a burden. Really, there's a greater lesson at play, right? You could say yes to this person or these people or whatever the situation is, and burden yourself, right? If you don't have the capacity or, again, the bandwidth to say yes, but you say yes anyway, then you are bringing on or inviting that burden onto yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? So this energy might bring in opportunities for that to occur, but the greater lesson is, if I don't have the bandwidth and this is going to burden me and weigh me down, I need to say no, right? And move through the uncomfortableness of that conversation. So that's very possible. It could also be for some of you, just to kind of keep it real, it could be for some of you that you're put in a position where maybe you have to care for, in a sick or elderly family member, and you do have to kind of take on that burden in some way, right? Like whatever the circumstances require. And that's not necessarily maybe something that you can say no to, right? That it might be you're the only option. And so it is possible that you may have to take something on like that. And that can feel burdensome. And you'll have to find your way to, work with that, to arrange your other engagements, your other, whatever else you have going on, in order to lighten the load a little bit, right? To be able to accommodate this new burden that has come on. Do you see what I'm saying? So it can show up in a myriad of ways, but those are just some possibilities. But again, for some of you, it might be that this shines the light on or brings clarity around a burden that you've been carrying and that you don't need to carry anymore, right? You've just been carrying it because you felt obligated to. And so this energy will help you to release it and lighten the load. This is an energy that says delegate, ask for help. Don't take on or commit to more than you can handle, right? Unless life absolutely requires you to do so. But even in that situation, if life requires you to take on that additional burden, whatever that may be, then nothing says that you can't ask for assistance, ask for help, delegate, find your resources and utilize them. You are not meant to do it alone, because you can't do it alone, right? You will eventually burn out. And this energy is helping you to see that. It's kind of pushing you to, again, ask for help, to delegate, to use your resources, and to say no if you're capable of doing that, meaning, life isn't requiring you to take on whatever this is. Then, kind of see where the chips fall and work and find a way to work with it so that you're not the only one being impacted by whatever this is, right? So I would say be very conscious about what you're saying yes to, what you're committing to, and to not take on more than you can handle now if you can avoid it. And again, practice saying no, right? And standing by that no, even if others disapprove, even if it's incredibly uncomfortable to say no, right? You are not meant to carry it all, especially that which isn't yours to carry. Nobody's shoulders are strong enough or wide enough to carry the weight of the world. So if you're someone who, is watching the news and taking on everything that's going on in the world and taking it on as your own and trying to find ways to, heal everyone and fix everything, you have to recognize that you're taking on burdens that are not yours to carry, right? So find healthy ways to release whatever it is that's too heavy for you to carry, right? And you will find the way. And it might be that you have to ask for that assistance, ask for that help, delegate, whatever it may be. But it's also this test to, for you to see where it is that you are actively taking on those burdens of the world, right, that are not yours to take on. So it's kind of that deeper lesson of learning how to not do that, right? To see it, to feel it, right? Because most 33s are empaths, right? So you're going to feel it. You're going to take it on for at least a moment, right? And you've got to figure out how to release it if it's not yours. So you will find that as you do this, as you release what's too heavy to carry, you'll start to reach your goals more quickly and your problems will be solved much more easily, right? Because you're not carrying that additional burden. So this is an opportunity to recognize where those burdens are at, where it is that you're carrying those so that you can work to release them. And any separations, any endings, any apparent loss during this vibration are very much needed in order to free you up for the new cycle that you're about to enter. So I say let them go, right? Let those burdens go. Recognize what's yours to carry and what is not yours to carry. And if it's not yours to carry, then give it back to whoever it belongs to, right? So beautiful energy here. It really is a freeing energy. It really is, but it's not an easy freeing energy, meaning you've got to do the work, right? You've got to actively take the action to release whatever this is or whatever these are, whatever these burdens are. You've got to find a way to work with them or release them in some way. And usually that path includes those difficult conversations, right? Or that uncomfortableness. And that is part of it. So yeah, I hope it's a beautiful illumination. It can be absolutely be incredibly freeing. And I hope it is for you all. Take care, 33s. Bye for now.